Overnight, Hurricane Milton rips through the state of Florida. Breaking news, Hurricane Milton makes landfall in Siesta Key as an extremely dangerous Category 3 hurricane. Powerful winds up to 120 miles an hour in St. Petersburg. A crane collapses onto a building. The roof ripped off Tampa Bay Rays Stadium. Water invades the streets and homes.
The surge just keeps coming up. I can't even stand down there anymore. There was a pool on the pool deck. It is full with water from the Gulf of Mexico. And right behind me, that shed shows how far up the water has made it to the doorknob and growing.
Transformers blowing up, sparks flying.
Crazy!
An explosive house fire in Venice. At least 3 million people without power right now. Tampa dealing with a flash flooding emergency in the dark.
Wow. The rain, when it hits you with these gusts, it feels like needles against your skin.
And the danger is not over due to Tampa Bay's reverse storm surge, when the water is expected to rush back in.
Milton spawning at least 36 reported tornadoes across Florida, one tearing through a retirement home near Fort Pierce, and this sheriff's office in St. Lucie.
I can tell you the winds have been extraordinary here. The rain coming in sideways. You can see it blowing here behind us.
David Muir and our team is spread out across the state in the aftermath of this catastrophic storm. Gender is tracking where Milton is heading next.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Let's get right to Florida. Let's take a look at the scene in Clearwater, Florida this morning. Just moments ago, the rescue efforts underway after Hurricane Milton hit. It hit hard, and we're learning a lot more this morning.
George, they are getting pummeled. It made landfall as a major Category 3 storm in Siesta Key. Heavy rain from Milton sparked flash flood emergencies for a Tampa Bay area, and the powerful winds brought down this crane you're looking at in St. Petersburg right onto a building.
And this storm that has been felt across the entire state. A swarm of twisters also tore through. At least 36 reported. We're going to take a look at Wellington, which is on Florida's east coast, and get just a glimpse of the tornado damage there.
Some of the tornadoes have turned deadly. We're still gathering all the information as dawn breaks there in Florida. 3 million people without power, nearly 2,000 flights canceled. We have teams in place all over the region. We begin with World News Tonight anchor David Muir in Tampa. Good morning, David.
Good morning, George, and as you rightly point out, that is the image of the morning. The search and rescue teams now going out, beginning their work. The hard work now begins with daybreak here as we get a portrait of the damage, the destruction from Hurricane Milton, which came crashing ashore last night. A Category 3 hurricane winds more than 100 miles per hour, and the force of this, as you saw there, the crane crashing onto a building, the roof ripped right off of Tropicana Field. More than 3 million people this morning without power.
Overnight, a ferocious Hurricane Milton making landfall along the west coast of Florida. Slamming ashore in Sarasota County late last night as a Category 3, powerful winds up to 120 miles per hour, uprooting trees, knocking over light poles and power lines. Watch as this transformer explodes.
Oh, there it was!
Sending sparks flying. More than 3 million people are without power here in Florida this morning. That major storm surge so many feared, barreling down the streets of Sarasota.
It was insane. Nothing like I've ever seen before.
Parts of Venice, Florida, turning into an extension of the sea. Boats in this marina rocking precariously against the violent wind gusts.
Oh, the boat broke out.
Floodwaters rising inside this home. In St. Petersburg, the strong winds causing this crane to collapse onto a building. Bricks from that structure and a mangled piece of the crane lying across the street. The violent 101-mile-per-hour wind gusts also ripping off part of the roof of the Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. The inside of the field could be seen against the night sky. It was originally meant to be the staging area for hundreds of National Guardsmen before the storm. Those guardsmen moving inland before Milton made landfall, the storm ripping the panels off that roof. Bands of wind and rain ripping into Tampa overnight.
This is bad. I've never seen, for all 37 years being in Tampa, I've never seen like this something.
We were live on the air here in Tampa as Milton roared in.
I can tell you the winds have been extraordinary here. The rain coming in sideways. You can see it blowing here behind us.
In Fort Myers, waves crashing above the storm walls. Officials saying around 31,000 people are staying in the nearly 150 shelters across the region. Bradenton's mayor had given dire advice for those waiting out the storm in their homes.
Write your name on your arm so we can identify you. We're all talking the same way.
The wind is just whipping. The rain is just constant. It's the water coming in through the windows. You know, the doors are rattling. It's getting pretty rough out there.
Dr. Megan Martin, sheltering and working at a hospital in St. Petersburg, expecting daybreak will bring more people in need.
As soon as the weather gets better, we will start to see patients really start to pick up. We'll start to see people with falls, with lacerations, with bruises, with broken bones, people moving things around, stepping on nails, just with all of the debris and people trying to help, you know, fix their homes up.
We got a tornado in front of us.
This hurricane causing havoc well before it made landfall, spawning at least 36 reported tornadoes across southern Florida. Sail drones in the Gulf of Mexico measuring waves more than 28 feet as Milton barreled toward the coast. Hurricane hunters from NOAA flying into the eye of the hurricane before it descended upon the state, telling me they've never seen anything like this before.
I know you've flown through several hurricanes now over the course of many years. How do you compare this one?
This is the craziest storm that I've ever flown inside of, hands down. Multiple missions in a row with the worst turbulence I've ever seen, the most lightning, the deepest convection, and it just, the breadth of the storm, the reach it has is incredible, as well as the power behind it.
This morning, officials here who were prepared are now focused on the search and rescue and recovery ahead.
That is certainly where the efforts here turn next. You know, one of the things that Ginger had told us to be prepared for before this hurricane were the chance of tornadoes, and we saw that here across the region. As I mentioned there, 36 reported tornadoes. That number is expected to grow. It's believed they have been deadly, but we saw images of these tornadoes ripping through neighborhoods, everything suddenly turning dark. This was even before the hurricane hit. One tornado scene ripping right across I-75. Just a short time ago, the mayor of Tampa here urging everyone to stay inside. Those who did stay here to ride out the hurricane, she asked that they do not leave their homes, do not venture out into your neighborhoods until authorities can go through and survey the damage to make sure those power lines aren't a real danger to the people here. But overall, when you see the images of all of the people who are in those shelters, Michael, it shows that they took this hurricane very seriously, particularly because it came just days after Hurricane Helene here.
Yeah, they should have, David, and glad that they did. Thank you so much for that. And as David mentioned, there are at least 36 tornadoes that ripped through the state. And take a look at this video from Jupiter, Florida, my friend Thomas Pisacco, that left damaged businesses, yes, and homes in its wake. I mean, just incredible images there, a video there. And let's go to Whit Johnson with more on the deadly twisters. Good morning, Whit.
Michael, good morning. Hurricane Milton really unleashed a combination of dangerous threats. As you can see behind me in this Tampa neighborhood, it is a mess of downed trees and power lines, and it is like this block after block. But across the state of Florida, it was a deadly tornado outbreak that caused some of the worst damage.
Milton's devastation impacting Florida even before landfall.
It's almost like having a bomb drop it in any place in the county.
It's coming right at us. You can see the debris in the air.
The hurricane spawning at least 36 reported tornadoes, with an astonishing 133 tornado warnings issued.
We were just putting shutters up here, and all of a sudden we heard a crazy noise, and the wind picked up, and we ran in the house.
Some turning deadly. Multiple fatalities reported at a senior community near Fort Pierce on Florida's East Coast.
We do have multiple fatalities that we can confirm.
The tornado outbreak ripping apart the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Mangled metal mixed with rescue vehicles.
Our team was within 50 yards of this structure that got hit. It's about a 10,000 square foot structure that's made of red iron. And we were actually storing all of our high water rescue vehicles and our patrol vehicles in this structure to prevent it from damage from the hurricane. Within seconds, a tornado came through and just demolished the structure.
One tornado passing over a highway. Videos also show large funnel clouds over neighborhoods near Palm Beach. Another tornado flipping a postal truck at the Vero Beach post office and ripping down this steel railway sign. And these homes in Okeechobee County destroyed.
You can see just the devastation around me. I'll take a step out of your way. All of this, once the contents of a home, we'll zoom in on that home that now you can see is just part of a home. Everything that was inside is now just in this field. We can see the dishwasher, we can see a microwave, chairs, clothes, a backpack.
The devastation laid bare even before Milton moved through, and now the race to locate residents who may have been trapped.
We're out there. I mean, our deputies are putting their lives on the line because we know people are probably trapped in those homes, and we're going to do whatever we can to get them out.
Now, as we've been out driving around the neighborhoods this morning, we have seen some flooding, but not nearly at the levels that we saw 2 weeks ago here with Hurricane Helene. And essentially what meteorologists are saying is that has something to do with what they call a reverse surge, meaning the winds of the storm were blowing offshore instead of onshore, pushing that water away from some of the communities. So despite some of the damage that we're seeing with the downed trees, the power lines, it likely could have been much worse. Rebecca?
And yes, but something people have to be aware of going forward with that reverse surge as well. Whit, thank you for your coverage. Ginger, meantime, is in Fort Myers tracking where Milton is heading now. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to you, Rebecca. You know, behind me is the tornado damage here in Fort Myers. Trees taken out into this van. This is a daycare. The roof was ripped off from this tornado, so there's going to be a lot of cleanup, not just from the tornadoes, but all of that wind damage because it's still happening. Let's go through what's going on with Milton currently. You know, just the path of it shows you where it went, right? It made landfall right there at Siesta Key, really on track with how the hurricane forecast had it for days. And then some of the biggest wind speeds. Wanted to share with you some of the top lines there of what happened. You know, Daytona even has had an 87-mile-per-hour wind gust this morning, but look at St. Pete, 101, more than a foot for Tampa. That puts them at the wettest season on record with a 97-mile-per-hour gust, and Sarasota went to 102. Wow, a foot and a half of rain, too, over there in St. Pete. Now, I wanted to show you the hurricane warnings are still up. They'll probably be diminishing those pretty quickly here because it's moving over the Atlantic now. There are flash flood warnings because this has come with, you know, foot and a half of rain, and there will still be onshore 3 to 5 feet of surge from Cape Canaveral and the Space Coast right up to Daytona and Jacksonville. So that, if with tidal times, could be problematic. It'll still be breezy and gusty all the way through the afternoon, but then Milton well out into the Atlantic. Why is it not coming north this time? Well, we've got this cold front and some upper level winds that are keeping it to the south. So we'll be done with Milton by this afternoon. And I have to say, Florida did just a fantastic job at getting people ready. I know we'll get in and see some of the damage to homes and such from some of those barrier islands, but really impressed with how everyone seems to have gotten out. And I think that's why we're not seeing a lot of those dramatic rescues from the right side of the storm.
That is some encouraging news and an encouraging forecast. Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. Let's go to Eva Pilgrim in Orlando. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Yeah, we're still seeing some of the big gusts from the hurricane here, about 35 miles per hour this morning. We're seeing those winds coming through and some rain. It's a little bit calm right now. And it was those big wind gusts overnight that were really causing a lot of problems. We saw transformers blowing left and right, and there's a lot of power out in the state of Florida. Some 3.2 million households are waking up without power here in the state of Florida this morning. When you go towards that west coast, Tampa Electric saying 70% of their customers don't have power right now. And 3.2 million, that's a big number of the households. But think about the number of people that live in those houses. That number gets much, much bigger, the number of people affected that are not having power right now. And on top of that, we are now starting to see some travel issues, those flight cancellations. 2,200 flights already canceled this morning. They've started canceling flights tomorrow, so almost 500 flights have been canceled tomorrow. And that's on top of the nearly 2,000 flights they canceled yesterday. I know that's a lot of numbers numbers I just threw at you. But the point of that is these flight cancellations are starting to pile up on each other, and we're going to feel that travel all across the country, not just here in Florida, as planes don't get to where they need to be to take the next flight. And so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well, guys.
Yeah, you have to be understanding and have some patience, Eva. Thank you so much for that. Milton made landfall in Siesta Key, right near Sarasota, and that's where Victor Oquendo is, getting a sense of how hard that area was hit. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. This heavy police presence that you see behind us, that is the sheriff's office, and they are blocking the entrance onto Siesta Key. Hurricane Milton making landfall just on the other side of that bridge there, and for the time being, no one is allowed to drive on, although residents eager to check on their homes can walk over. I've checked in with the county, and they tell me that right now there are tactical teams doing that first wave damage assessment. We've also seen a high water rescue vehicle driving over. But with Helene hitting Siesta Key very hard just 2 weeks ago, and Milton's forecast calling for up to twice the amount of storm surge, I am told they're bracing for significant damage. Rebecca?
All right, Victor, thank you, and thanks to our entire team in the storm's path. We turn now to the White House response. Last night, President Biden promised that he and Vice President Harris are mobilizing all federal resources necessary for the storm zone, and he blasted former President Trump for spreading falsehoods about the relief effort.
Literally, there are thousands of fellow Americans who are putting their lives at stake and putting on the line to do the dangerous work that needs to be done now. And it's harmful to those who most need the help. Quite frankly, these lies are un-American, and there is simply no place for them. Not now, not ever. Former President Trump has led this onslaught of lies.
Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Rebecca. Well, the president says these false claims are reckless and irresponsible. They're just not true, and it has to stop because it's undermining confidence in the rescue and recovery efforts and could hurt people who need help the most. And the president is now trying to set the record straight, making it clear they are surging resources to the region with more than 8,000 federal personnel on the ground. They have 20 million meals and 40 million liters of water ready to go. Search and rescue teams stand at the ready. The Pentagon has troops out of Georgia on standby, in addition to the assets that the Florida National Guard has ready. Now, here at the White House this morning, the president is being continuously briefed. He's in contact with state and local officials, and he is pledging to stand by those impacted for as long as it takes to rescue, recover, and rebuild. His message this morning, guys, we have your back.
Mary Bruce, thanks.